Hey there, it's Kendra from Redgate's Advocate Team, and this is a quick live stream. I am so excited to announce Redgate Streamed. So if you go to redgate.com/Redgate Streamed, that will take you to this page. So once again, just to get you started there, redgate.com/Redgate Streamed. Let me zoom in on the URL just to make it nice and big there. You don't have to put the hyphen in Redgate. You can if you want. You don't have to. But here's what's going to happen. In just 2 weeks' time, April 1 to April 3rd, 2020, we are going to have 3 days of really awesome online events. We are doing a virtual community conference. So we've had a lot of in-person events canceled, which is really tough on attendees, on organizers, and lots of things are going on in the community that are hard for people. But my friends in the database platform community who are well, and for those of you who aren't well, I hope you get well soon, but for those of you who are well, we want to do a community event to bring you together. And so what we're going to do from April 1st to April 3rd, we will be running Redgate Streamed. And for every registration who attends, whether you're watching live or you're watching on demand, because if you can't make it, we still want you to be able to watch the streams after. If you can make it, we'd love to interact with you. So we're hoping to see you in person, but we're donating $1 to the World Health Organization's COVID-19 Response Fund for everyone who joins us in person or on demand. So check this out and check out on this page. We've got this awesome lineup. So I'm going to get to kick things off. I'm so excited to get to be part of this event. I'll be talking about using Git for managing your database code. We'll talk about branches. We'll talk about pull requests. I'll give you a cheat sheet to get you started with the Git command line. And if you're intimidated by the Git command line, my goal is to make it much less intimidating because it's really, really friendly. For each of these sessions, you can check out the abstract here, by the way. Then Rob Richardson will be talking about containers and how you can work that into your database operations. Rob is a Microsoft MVP and friend of Redgate, and we're so excited to have him join us. Kathy, who is the Simple Talk editor and another person on our advocate team, she'll be talking about blogging and writing for the tech professional. So if you want to know what different ways can you share your knowledge with folks, how might this help your career long term, Kathy's got a ton of tips for this. Then Grant, who is a rock star on our advocate team, he's going to be talking about extended events. Grant is super passionate about extended events. So he's going to tell you what they are, why you should care, how they can help you, and tips for getting started with them, for being successful with them, for taking them to the next level. We'll close up this first day talking about leveling up remote work. So that is the first day, Wednesday, April 1st. Then we'll be going to Thursday, April 7th, where Chris Unwin. Chris is amazing. He's one of our engineers here at Redgate. And this is a session he actually did at the past summit. So if you weren't able to attend the past summit a couple of months ago, you can actually see some of the cool stuff here. He's talking about how to protect your data by design and how to de-identify your data. Then Andy Mallon. Andy works at Wayfair, and Andy has this amazing session that I love on how to make the most of the tooling you use. So shortcuts from an impatient DBA, talks about tricks he's picked up about SQL Server Management Studio that will help you be more productive. This is a terrific session. Really excited to get to see this. And then we'll talk about some unit testing. Unit testing is one of those things that we all know we should do it, but maybe we haven't started yet. And Steve's not going to make you feel bad about it. He's going to let you know how you can practically start off in the real world, not doing, not taking all of your time and redoing your job, but actually practically understanding what you can do, how to get started with it, and how to get going. Grant's then going to talk about SQL injection, how to prevent it. If you don't know what SQL injection is and you haven't seen the Little Bobby Tables cartoon, check it out. Grant will demystify SQL injection for you and talk about how to keep it from making your system less secure. And then finally, Grant and I will be joined by Catherine Wilhelmsen. Catherine is just terrific, and we are going to talk about automation in Azure DevOps. Grant and I work a lot with like the build pipelines, the release pipelines when it comes to relational databases. Catherine also has experience doing a lot of things with business intelligence and parts of Azure DevOps that I don't necessarily touch. So we'll get multiple perspectives on this and we'll help you figure out, is this something you want to learn more about or level up your knowledge of, and where should you start and how can you move forward with that? On the third day of the conference, Rob Sewell, you may know him from his magnificent long beard. He'll be talking about SQL notebooks in Azure Data Studio. Azure Data Studio's SQL notebooks, one of my very favorite things that has been released in SQL Server tooling by the Microsoft team in the last 10 years. I think they're amazing. They will change the way you work if you haven't seen these, and Rob is up on the latest and greatest. So there's things I am excited to learn about in here, like different ways to use PowerShell as well as SQL in your notebooks. It's going to be a really great session. Grant's going to talk about DevOps. What if you are a person who wants to do DevOps, but you don't have everyone on board? Grant's going to talk about how to convince a DBA to get in on DevOps and how to help your teams work together better. Then we're going to dig into some performance tuning on the afternoon of Friday, April 3rd. So Kathy is going to talk about intelligent query processing. So if you don't know what this is, intelligent query processing is ways that code is optimized in new ways in recent addition in SQL Server. There's different flags you can turn on for this. There's pros and cons to these things. So check this out. Some of this is just some of the most innovative and interesting work being done inside the SQL Server engine. I would describe some of it just as plain magic. So learn about that plain magic and when it's available, how you can take advantage of it. And then I'm incredibly excited to do this session on index tuning in an agile world. I am crazy about index tuning. I'm also really interested in the software development lifecycle. So we're going to do some index tuning in this session. We're going to talk about, in the real world, how should this work and how can this work? How can you have performance tuning done well if you still have DBAs who aren't the same people as your developers? What are the ways that this can work together and how can you move closer to doing it better? Because if you have a big disconnect between your teams, you're never going to be that great at index tuning, and I'll explain why. So we'll talk through that all here, and we'll also learn some index tuning in the process. Then we're going to close things out with a panel on the future of database administration and development. So please bring your questions and comments to all of these sessions and your chat. There's going to be other fun things involved in this, and do remember that you can join us live, or if you register, the link you get will automatically work for the on-demand, and we are doing those donations for all of you who join us. We hope you can join us in person because we'd love to chat with you, have your participation, and get your questions and comments as we go, but we are also really happy to support you in watching this on demand. So check this out at redgate.com/Redgate Streamed. Sign on up, and I hope that you can join us for 3 days of amazing online events. See you soon, folks. I'm Kendra Little from Redgate's Database Advocate Team. Bye-bye.